Seoul was buzzing long before the first camera flashes lit up the evening. A cryptic message from SM Entertainment had shaken the entertainment press corps, an urgent press conference at the company's Gangnam headquarters. No explanation given. Reporters hurried across town. Photographers packed the lobby. And fans clustered outside with trembling banners, wondering if this would be the announcement of a new comeback, a sudden scandal, or perhaps a career-defining change. No one could have predicted what was about to unfold. When Choi Minho, the flame-eyed member of SHINee, stepped onto the small stage in the press hall, the atmosphere shifted instantly. Dressed in a tailored black suit, understated but commanding, his expression a mixture of determination and quiet vulnerability. For more than a decade and a half, Minho had represented strength, charm, and consistency in the whirlwind of K-pop. He was the eternal bachelor, idol who had dedicated his life to his group, his fans, and his craft. Now, 33 years of living alone, he carried a look that suggested he was ready to let down walls that had stood for too long. The moment his hand gripped the microphone, hundreds of camera shutters clattered like thunder. Paused, inhaled, and looked directly into the crowd of reporters. "I have something very personal to share tonight," he began, his voice steady but tinged with emotion. "For most of my life, I've devoted myself to SHINee, to my music, and to the people who have supported me since I was a teenager. Now, I want to tell you that I am no longer alone." Gasps rippled through the room, followed by frantic scribbling of notes, flashing lights, and the collective intake of breath from fans watching through live streams around the globe. The declaration landed like a bombshell. For years, Minho had dodged rumors, smiled at speculation, and kept his private life hidden beneath layers of professionalism. Now he was confessing that he had a girlfriend, a real partner after 33 years of independence. Twitter exploded within minutes. Hashtags like Minho reveals love and number 33 years alone no more shooting to the top of global trends. On Instagram, fans posted trembling messages of disbelief, some in tears from joy, others admitting they felt blindsided. International news outlets scrambled to prepare headlines. K-pop's eternal bachelor ends his single life, SHINee's Minho breaks silence on love life, and global heartthrob finally found his match. Inside the hall, the questions came rapid fire. Who is she? How long have they been together? Is she a celebrity or an ordinary woman? Minho only smiled faintly, eyes flickering with caution. "Someone you all know," he said cryptically. "Someone who has walked this journey of fame alongside me. Someone who understands the weight of the stage and the quiet that comes after the lights go down." The deliberate vagueness only fueled the frenzy. Reporters shouted names, speculating wildly. Fans online began constructing elaborate theories within minutes. As Minho bowed and exited the stage, chaos erupted. Photographers sprinted toward the side entrance, hoping to catch a glimpse of anyone who might fit the description. That was when a blurry photo began circulating online. Irene, leader of Red Velvet, stepping discreetly through the building's rear hallway. Her long dark hair and elegant profile were unmistakable, even in grainy resolution. Netizens connected the dots instantly, setting off a storm of speculation. Could it be Irene, the ice queen of K-pop, the woman admired for her beauty and often rumored to be untouchable? Had she and Minho been quietly sharing a secret that was now on the verge of revelation? As night fell over Seoul, the internet drowned in theories, edits, side-by-side videos. Fans unearthed old footage of Minho adjusting a microphone stand for Irene during a music show, of Irene smiling unusually warmly at him during a Red Velvet encore stage, of the two exchanging what seemed like private jokes at SMTOWN family concerts. TikTok filled with couple compilations that garnered millions of views overnight. The idea that two of SM Entertainment's most visually admired idols could be together sent shockwaves through K-pop fandom worldwide. While Seoul processed the bombshell, the story gained a second life weeks later in Tokyo. SHINee and Red Velvet shared a massive stage at the iconic Tokyo Dome for SMTOWN Live. More than 50,000 fans packed the stadium. Millions more tuned in online. The night was filled with performances, collaborations, and the joyous chaos that comes with an SM family concert. Between the music, sharp-eyed fans caught something else: Minho shielding Irene from a sudden gust of wind as her dress swayed dangerously, gently placing a hand to guard her. The crowd screamed, and fancams immediately went viral. Later, the group finale, Irene was spotted laughing shyly as Minho whispered something into her ear, her cheeks flushing in a rare display of vulnerability. Tokyo Dome moment solidified suspicions that Minho's mysterious girlfriend was none other than Irene. After the concert, insiders whispered about what happened backstage. According to one staff member, at the after-party hosted by SM Entertainment in a luxury Tokyo hotel, Minho and Irene were inseparable. They sat together at a corner table, speaking in hushed tones, smiling in ways that revealed years of comfort. A blurry snapshot leaked onto fan forums showed Irene lightly holding Minho's wrist as they walked out of the party, his protective posture unmistakable. The photo was never officially confirmed. Its existence poured gasoline on the already roaring fire. Their colleagues didn't help to quiet the storm. During a live stream days later, Teeman teased with a grin. Hyung finally grew up, sending SHINee fans into fits of laughter and panic. In another broadcast, Wendy of Red Velvet coyly dodged a question, smiling as a fan asked you if Irene was happy these days. Her silence spoke volumes, and fans erupted with knowing comments and heart emojis. Veteran idols hinted slyly, fueling the romantic narrative with every word and smirk. SM Entertainment issued only a single statement, carefully vague: "Our artists' personal lives are respected. Ask fans and media to continue supporting them as performers." The ambiguity only intensified belief in the Minho-Irene connection. For some fans, it was confirmation enough. For others, it was an infuriating non-answer that left them hanging. Still, the image of Minho finally sharing his heart resonated deeply. The bachelor image that had defined him for decades seemed to dissolve, replaced with something more human, more vulnerable, and more relatable. The implications for their careers were enormous. Minho, long celebrated as an actor and idol, had built a reputation as a tireless professional, admired by fans who saw him as the embodiment of loyalty and discipline. By revealing his relationship, he risked shifting perceptions, but he also gained a new dimension. Suddenly he was not just the eternal bachelor or the flaming charisma of SHINee, but a man capable of deep love. Irene, for her icy elegance, had always carried a mystique that made her seem distant. Now, in the context of this rumored romance, she appeared warmer, more approachable, and more human. The pairing became a narrative of opposites, the fiery Minho and the cool Irene, brought together after years in the same orbit. National media outlets continued to speculate, predicting every movement, every shared glance on stage. Schedule overlap between SHINee and Red Velvet. Korean variety shows began slipping in cheeky comments, while fansites churned out essays analyzing their potential compatibility. Online forums debated whether SM Entertainment would ever confirm the relationship outright, or if they would let it live as one of K-pop's most tantalizing open secrets. Whatever the truth, the story captured imaginations globally. In the end, one thing stood undeniable: after 33 years of independence, Minho had made a confession that altered not just his public image, but the emotional landscape of K-pop itself. His words, "I am no longer alone," echoed across cultures and languages, reminding fans that idols, their glossy perfection, yearn for connection like anyone else. And whether or not Irene was officially acknowledged as the girlfriend, the world had already decided. The legend of Minho and Irene had begun, and it was a story too powerful to fade. From Seoul's press halls to the roaring dome of Tokyo, the relation carried the weight of history. It marked the end of Minho's solitary image and the beginning of a new chapter defined not by secrecy, but by the courage to embrace love in front of millions. Fans may debate, speculate, and argue, but one truth remained clear: after 33 years, Minho's heart no longer belonged to him alone. It belonged to someone who had walked beside him in silence until now, and the world was finally catching up to their story.